Welcome to Talk to Me. Today we will be talking about bringing out the potential in others. I am so excited today, you guys. Today's show is sponsored by Tiny Tales. Chapter by chapter, this book will take children on an extraordinary journey, introducing them to a diverse array of animals who embody the true meaning of strength and perseverance. From overcoming challenges to finding inner calm, each chapter explores different aspects of resilience in a way that is reliable and engaging for young minds. If you want a wholesome read to your children, or you have children from age 6 to 13 that want to read for themselves, Tiny Tales Big Triumphs, How Animals Show Us Super Strength is a book that will inspire young readers to discover resilience through the remarkable stories of animals. Hey, I am Brenda Warren, the Soulutionist, and today I have one of my new favorite people, because when I have guests on the show, y'all, I stalk them. Yeah, I do that. I check out their websites. I check out who they've been talking to. I check out their clients, because I want to know that they are who they say they are, so that I'm not bringing you no junk up in here. So today we are going to get to talk to none other than Danny Ballard. Are you guys ready to meet him? I know you are. Danny Ballard, a certified business coach and founder of worldwide coaching group, The Coach's Coach, has been leading the field for more than 25 years as a successful entrepreneur, developing multiple businesses and training thousands of people. Danny uses his trademark Pinnacle Gift System to bring out the full potential of others. He does this by listening with both his head and his heart and sensing opportunities for personal and professional growth. Danny enjoys speaking, training, and coaching while helping others uncover vocational success and personal fulfillment. Danny is actively involved with his community and church. He values family and close friendships. He considers them his greatest asset. Danny believes each person has a unique set of talents, abilities, and gifts that, when developed, allows them to achieve their full potential. So listen in to discover why Danny says, as a business coach, I'm in everyone's business. You know, when I heard that part about him being in everybody's business, I thought, this man, really? And then after I got to see what he does, baby, he's in everybody's business. So let's welcome Danny to the show. Hey, Danny, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. I was so excited when I got to do my research on you and to determine what it is you do. So I want us to start off today by talking about Worldwide Coaching Group. Why coaching, Danny? Why?
Yeah, I think for all of us in life, there's so much inside of us, so much potential, but most people really don't know how to bring that out of themselves, right? And the value of a coach, whether that's personally or professionally, is a coach is a mirror. They're able to help you see things that you don't normally see yourself. And coaching is the opportunity to really dig within, to dig deeper and look for potential that might not have been possible before, but that we can help bring that out. So as a coach, I get to work with people personally, also professionally, of course. As a business coach, I have the opportunity to help them really build their full potential. So that's why coaching is so powerful. What we've noticed is that coaching, as I like to say, coaching versus consulting. Mm-hmm. Consulting is having all the right answers. Coaching is having all the right questions. So as a coach, what we do is we ask questions to dig within, to get clarity, and to take that clarity and really develop potential in people and businesses. There's really no limit.
You know, this is Women's History Month, and I was really excited when I found out that one of the things you do is you coach men and women, because, a lot of times when people are doing these types of things, they niche down and they'll say one or the other, but your company actually does both. And what I thought was amazing was you are known as the Coach's Coach. Could you speak to us about how you got the title, the Coach's Coach?
Yeah, Brenda, what has been so exciting is that we've taken, after years of owning businesses and years of understanding what it takes to be successful, we developed a coaching practice for small business owners. And what we realized is in the marketplace today, for medium and large size companies, there's thousands of options for coaching and consulting. Great options, great people out there, so much talent. But for small business owners, there's not as many options. In fact, for the most part, most small business owners really don't have access to the high level coaching that a lot of big companies have. And so that's where our passion was all about. Statistics show Forbes just came out again in January. It says there's 33.3 million small business owners in the US today. The majority of those are solo entrepreneurs, literally one man, one woman out running a business by themselves. And so what we find is these guys and gals have great ideas. They've got great passion, great energy. They've got great work ethic. But statistics show in 3 to 5 years, more than 50% of them are going to fail. And we think that's a really sad statistic because it's not for a lack of passion. It's not for a lack of dedication. It's the fact that they don't know how to put a business model together, a business system. They don't know how to create enough runway and how to get the marketing and how to get the processes in place. And so our passion is really about helping these small business owners take their great ideas, turn that into a scalable business model, and then take that and help them put the systems and processes in place to really be successful. So in that 3 to 5 years, our goal is, instead of 50% failing, let's start having 60% succeeding, 65%, 70%, 75%, whatever that number can be. That's where our passion is about. So as the coach's coach, we started out coaching small business owners, and I still do that today. I had the opportunity yesterday to do a 4-hour strategy with a woman entrepreneur, great lady. And she has a phenomenal idea. Obviously, I have an NDA, so I can't talk about that, but you guys are going to hear about it someday. But she's got a national business that we put together yesterday and developed the entire system around. So good people with good ideas who need coaching and go to the next level. So what we did is we started coaching these business owners, but with 33.3 million, we can't get to them fast enough. And so what we did is we took our coaching program, published 18 books, developed an entire curriculum, over 130 something videos, and we developed a coaching certification program. And so now I get to do 2 exciting things. I coach business owners and I train coaches how to coach business owners. And so I get to be the coach's coach and train other people how to work with small business owners, running their own business, and helping us really change that statistic for business owner success.
Now, when you first came up with the name The Coach's Coach, was that something that you gave your own self, that moniker, because that was your vision? Or was it that as you began to do this, people started calling you that? So you said, I think I'm going to call myself that. I always ask people how they get there. Like for me, the Soulutionist, I got that because people started saying they felt like I touched their soul. So I said, how do I do this? So that's how I started.
Yeah. So Brenda, you mentioned earlier, one of the things I like to say is, as a business coach, I'm in everybody else's business. And I really like that because it's kind of a fun way, because I am a very curious person the way I coach. I care about people. It's more than just the money and the numbers and the results to me. It's about who they are as a human being, how they show up in the world, the quality of life, the impact they make. It's all of those things combined together. And so what happened is we started developing this, all of the people came to me and said, Danny, you are the coach's coach. And so that name was kind of given to me. So we embraced that. Yeah. And really the passion is around duplicating a proven business model to help business coaches be successful and help these small business owners have the success that they really want to have and can have if they have the right systems and processes in place.
Absolutely. You talked about that, the 2 things that you do. So let's talk about specifically right now, coaching business owners. That's a whole separate thing all in itself. And how did you come to that journey?
Yeah, I've been a business owner my whole professional career. So as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, I just have natural experience, and I've seen what happens. I've owned 7 different companies. I've seen the ups and downs. I've had employees. I've had solo entrepreneur companies. I've had every kind of organizations. And so as a result of that, I have such a passion for these small business owners. So I actually have a really good friend who's also a business owner, and we used to meet every Wednesday at the coffee shop, and we would coach each other. And we literally said, someday, this is what we want to do. This is our legacy. We want to help other business owners not have to reinvent the wheel, not have to start from scratch. How can we help them take all of the knowledge and resources and experience we've gained, and how do we, translate that to them so we can help them grow that? And so that's really where that came. What's really interesting about coaching small business owners, and this is again, goes back to the concept of coaching versus consulting. As a consultant, you're hired to have answers, right? And so, if you're in the oil and gas business, you could be an oil and gas consultant. If you're in the, the marketing, but you could be a marketing consultant. But true coaching is very different than consulting. Coaching is not about telling people what to do. It's not about having the answers. It's about asking the right questions. And so we believe in the concept of the answer lies within. The answer lies within them. I don't have the answers. I'm not telling them how to build their life. I'm going to ask enough questions to help them get super clear about who they are, what their pinnacle gift is, what their passion is, how they show up in the world, and take those gifts and strengths and develop that into a business model that is unique. We describe our business coaching as decommoditizing. So in the world of business, we probably all get this, but very quickly we become a commoditization. If you do a podcast, lots of people do a podcast. If you're a coach, a lot of people are coaches, right? So the goal is always, how do you differentiate yourself? How do you stand out in a crowd? How do you do something, Miss Soulutionist, that nobody else does, right?
Nobody else does.
And so that's really the goal. And so in all of our business coaching with small business owners, what we're doing is helping them get crystal clear about their unique value. And we believe that that's not an external thing, that's an internal thing. It starts in their soul, who they are, how they show up. We call that pinnacle gift. And then we take that and we help them develop their business models around it. I've got hundreds of really exciting examples I could share with you about that. But it's really, instead of looking at the traditional ways of, sales and marketing and numbers and all those things are important. We all know that. But our whole goal is pause for a minute. Let's go within. Let's go inside. Let's figure out who you really are and what drives you. And let's build a business in alignment with who you are. So that's where that business coaching comes from. And then I'll make one more comment about that, Brenda, is what's interesting is people ask me sometimes, especially new coaches that we're training, they're like, Danny, how am I going to coach people in a business that I have not owned that business before? Well, that is a consulting question, right? Consulting says, I've been in your industry. I know all the answers and I can tell you what to do. But as a coach, I don't need to know their industry. I don't need to know their business. What I need to know is how to build a successful business, how to get clarity, how to build a business model, how to scale it, those types. And they're the same for every industry. And so I don't want to oversimplify that, but nuance, it is the same. And so we actually like to joke and say that if I had to coach for the rest of my life with one question, over exaggeration here, but I could, and it's called, what else is possible? And so if you and I were talking and you said, Danny, help me with my podcast, I'll say, great. So what are you doing now? You tell me, and I say, well, what else is possible? Well, I could interview this group of people. Great. What else is possible? I could focus on women during, Women Empowerment Month, right? What else could I do? Well, I could do it in other countries. What else could I do? We could ask that question and you and I could literally coach for the rest of our lives and we would never run out of content because that question allows us to keep creating opportunity, right? And that opportunity creates hope and creates new possibilities. And that's what drives entrepreneurs forward.
I love that. We are so aligned, which is why I loved going through your stuff, because in my coaching practice in the Solutionist portal, it's all about that. I always say we do business our way there. I want people to take the braces off their brain, step outside of their comfort zone. We all know that there are certain business foundation, things that people need to have. However, I say if you can conceive it, you can achieve it. If you have the will to do it, we'll get you through it. So I think that the whole package that is offered by your company for business owners and for business coaches is amazing. And I'm excited that you're here today to talk about it. So let's talk about your training of business coaches themselves. You kind of hit on it a little bit already, but let's go there.
Yeah, thank you. There's there's a lot of people. What we're finding right now, this is really what's happening, is in corporate America, there's so many people out there who are really great people, but again, they feel like there's something within them that they've not really brought out yet. So they've had the job, they've had the title, they've made the money. Most of these guys and gals are in, mid-level management. They are coaches for all intents and purposes. They're leaders, they're trainers, they're teachers, they're facilitators. And they've all had this idea, what if I took this out on my own? Could I run my own business? Could I be a consultant or a coach? Could I actually take the skill set that I already have and could I repurpose that into a career of my own? And so we have a seminar that we do. It's on LinkedIn. I know we talked about that prior to our call, and you may get to that later, but it's the topic of repurposing your corporate skills into your own business. And so that's something that people, if they want to know more about that, we're happy to share that. It's completely free. It's on LinkedIn, sharing people how to do that. But to answer your question, the reason we love and the way we coach coaches, we find that there's so many talented people out there that are already coaching, but they're not getting paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
And our simple answer, some of them are doing it by volunteer. Some of them are doing it as a corporate job.
For years.
Yes, exactly. And so we're saying, hey, if and when you want to turn that into a business, if and when you want to get paid for it, and if and when you want to scale it, we can help you do that. We have a proven business model. We have all the curriculum, all the materials, everything. So the way we do that is we find, Brenda, that there's a lot of programs out there. There's a lot of education out there. There's a lot of certification out there. And they're all great. So real positive options. But most of those focus on information. Mm-hmm. And what we found is information doesn't build a business. Okay.
We need to stop right there for just a second, because I tell people that all the time and they don't believe me, because when people say, well, how can you help me? I'm a florist. So because it's about structure. It's about strategy, structures, and systems. And that's right. Universal. And most people cannot get the concept because, like I know, if information build a business, everybody would be millionaires, because we are, look at all the books behind me. I have more information than the law allows. There are bookcases that wrap around this room. There's a bookcases on every wall in here. So if information was the key.
Yep.
So stay there for a minute and talk about why you structured the way you did, so people can get out of that mindset, because it is about the mindset.
It is, Brenda, and I appreciate so much what you're saying. And any of us who've been down this journey, we know, right? We know it's not the information. It's the implementation. It's how do you implement that? How do you execute it? How do you turn it into a product and a system? And how do you engage with clients? Mm-hmm. Right? At the end of the day, if you don't help anybody with it, what good is the information? And so, and that's really where we focus. So in our coaching program, we've done something that's pretty unique, where we have an entire curriculum. We have books. We have material. We have literally 5 to 10 years of content for a coach to coach with. Mm-hmm. And so our goal is that they would take their current skills, repurpose those with all the things it takes to be a coach. Like most of these things they already know how to do. We just need to tweak it a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. And then give them the tools and resources to be able to grow that. And then the value of doing that is we find that we developed a system. And so we developed it as a guided cohort coaching. So instead of showering people with information, we give them a topic every month, and then we do a guided cohort coaching where we study it, we talk about it, we brainstorm it together as a group, and we implement it into their business. Because they're not going to read a book one time and become a successful business coach. That's not how it works. They need to learn something, and then they need to learn how to implement it. Learn it, implement it. Learn it, implement it. Learn it, implement it. So we actually have a 21-month master certification program. They can go. There's actually course 1 is a 6-month program. So in 6 months, they can be a fully certified coach and have all the resources they need to start a business coaching business and start making money and working with clients. But we're going to enhance that with 5 other certifications and courses. So if they go through that entire program, we call that a master certified worldwide coach. Mm-hmm. Now they have all the resources to take and do all the pieces of it. So which would include not only coaching, but also strategy. We're teaching them how to lead mastermind groups. We're teaching them how to do workshops. We're teaching them how to integrate the DISC assessment. How does funding work? We're teaching them professional advocate, integrity leadership, everything that a business owner would need to build and develop a fully scalable business and a lifestyle that they want in the process. So I would focus the fact that our coaching model is different in the fact that we have a proven coaching model. Mm-hmm. I, as the founder, am a coach every day. So it's not something we're saying, this is what I did 20 years ago. This is what I did yesterday for 4 hours, right?
Right.
And we're taking people through the program month by month by month so that they learn it, they implement it, and they start getting results with it as quickly as possible. And that's what we're really committed to and focused on. Probably different than anything else that's in the marketplace.
And I saw the detailedness of your program, but are there any fast track programs or like refresher, or is it that based on your experience, you felt that having the 6-month and the 21-month program was really the best way to make someone to ensure they were successful?
It is. The 6-month program is, 6 months is really a short period of time if you really think about it. I mean, most people, would spend 2 to 4 to 6 years in a university getting some type of a professional designation or degree or whatever. And so 6 months is really a short period of time, but in 6 months, we can have them fully certified as a business coach, with years of content, with all the tools they need to be able to actually offer multiple products with a client, make money, start to build their recurring revenue, all those kinds of things. Then what we do, because we have this concept of getting clients, keeping clients, it's one thing to learn how to get a client, it's another thing to learn how to keep a client. And so we find that most coaches struggle because they get a client, they kind of work for some period of time and they run out of things to talk about. So they go get another client, run out of things to talk about. So if you had 5 to 10 years of content, you would not need to get new clients on a regular basis. You would get clients and work with them for 5 to 10 years or a lifetime. And so that's really what it's all about. So our goal is in 6 months, that is the fast track. They can quickly and effectively jumpstart a business, get clients, start making money. And then they can add 5 other certifications on top of that to be this well-rounded master certified worldwide coach. So it's based on that first fast track 6 months.
And I saw what you said about getting a client, but keeping a client. I had a client just the other day, and it probably tickled you a little. I was really surprised to hear when I asked them the question, because it is about asking questions. Do your current clients know all the services you offer? And 9 times out of 10, I hear no. Because
That's right.
people are not marketing what they do to the people they already know, that already know, like, and trust them. And I'm like going, and literally, she got on the phone, started calling, and she made a whole bunch of money within an hour just by letting people that already know, like, and trust her know that she offered these other. And they were surprised that she did that. And she's working B2B. So think about how many of our solopreneurs are not leveraging the clients they already have, and also don't have a structure that allows them to, once their 6-week, 12-week, 6-month program is done, to then give them another product that can maintain them as a client. So I'm glad to hear that you do that. For those who've been watching, there's already a link in the bottom here for their event that's going to be, I didn't put the date, it's April, correct?
April let me make sure I'm telling you the right date.
Well, it's going to be in April, so go on his LinkedIn account, Danny Ballard.
April the 16th.
There you go. April the 16th, repurposing your corporate skills. You don't want to miss this because their trainings are pretty detailed. So you want to make sure you go. Here's the link. I'm going to put the link in the description of the YouTube video as well at the end of this show. But for those that are watching on the screen, it's a rather long one. So I'm going to make it a clickable link in the YouTube when you go there. I want you guys to, excuse me. Right now, Danny, we've talked about the 2 things that you mainly do, which is coaching the business owners. And we also talked about you training the business coaches. And I want to talk about, because this is near and dear to my heart, because I use a mind, body, and soul approach to all my training. I believe that nobody's business should suffer or personal life should suffer, either one, because to live your best life, you need to have harmony in all areas of your life. So I want to talk about this quote I found in your bio. It says, I believe that each person has a unique set of talents, abilities, gifts that when developed, allow us to achieve our full potential. This is a quote by Danny Ballard. Yes. And I love it because I believe that as well. And I want to know what led you to that belief, because the reality is there are a lot of people out here doing what you do, Danny, and they really don't give a flip about people. They're not trying to help people become better versions of themselves. But the thing that I saw through all of your promotions and everything is that you were all about people having personal as well, professional as well as personal growth.
Yeah, thank you, Brenda, for bringing that up. In fact, what I've done, my give back, is I've written another book that's available to the public on Amazon. It's called Vision, Goals, and Self-Evaluation. It's one of the pictures you showed earlier with me holding the book up. And what I did is this is a personal coaching opportunity. So you can get the workbook on Amazon. But what I did is I recorded 16 videos where I'm personally coaching you through this workbook. I do live events with this. But yes, this is
Vision, Goals, and Self-Evaluation.
Yep. So you can go to Amazon. You can look at that on my website. You can see all that as well. So what this is, though, it's all about it's a self journey of determining your personal mission statement, about what your value system is, what you want to be known for. I had one of my friends years ago said, "Danny, I got your book, but it was work. It was hard." I was like, "Yes, that's the point. This is not designed to give you the answers. This is designed to get you to learn who you are." And so, bringing out the full potential, this book is what this is about. And I decided that this is something I wanted to do for the world. It is available on Amazon. It is in all these 16 videos are on YouTube. They're completely free. So anybody in the world who has access, to YouTube and the internet, can jump on and can actually start working through these techniques to determine their self-confidence, their self-worth, their self-esteem, their personal mission statement. I break it down into categories of personal, spiritual, professional, financial, social, and it's really designed to be a deep dive about who you are, how you show up in the world. But the thing that I love about it, I had this idea one time, Brenda. I was like, gosh, I wish I could meet every human being on the planet. I love people, like you said. I've said, I wish I could meet every single human being, and I wish I could just give them one piece of encouragement. And so this book is my way of doing that. And so I would encourage anybody. I've got several businesses now and companies that they use it as a gift. And so they will take the link to the YouTube page, and we put together a coupon, and they will mail it out to all of their clients, maybe for Christmas, and say, as a gift from us, here is a 16 video training session that is free for you. And so if any of you want to use that or incorporate it into what you do, it's available, it's out there, and it is designed to be my gift back to the world, all about bringing out the full potential, right,
That's
of
cool.
ourselves and the people around us. So that's what that is.
That's good advertising. Okay, Danny, we're down to one of my best places here, the hot seat. Let's get to know you. Be your authentic self, Danny. Are you ready?
Okay. Yes.
What is the goal you'd like to accomplish for your company this year?
Yes, I want to train 40 more coaches this year.
Okay. What is a fun experience that you've recently had?
Actually, we have a boat, and being out on the lake watching the sunset, and part of the reason that's important is when the solar eclipse is coming, or the lunar eclipse is coming, we actually are we've positioned ourselves on the lake. We know where it's going to be, where we get maximum exposure.
Okay.
And we're going to get to see the eclipse on the lake from the boat. So we've been planning for that. So that's what we've been focused on.
Okay. What would you do differently in your business or personal life if you knew you would not be judged?
Yeah, goodness. I grew up in a world where I felt judgment, and I was one of those people that kind of cared what everybody thought about me too much. And so I spent, the first 20, 30 years of my life trying to be what everybody else thought I should be. And I finally figured out I need to be who I am. And so, yeah, that's wisdom I would give to anybody is it does not matter what other people think about you. It matters what you think about you, and it matters about your alignment with your values and your goals and your dreams. And so, yeah, my goal is to live fully in alignment with my integrity. That's my goal.
There you go. Love that. Okay. What are people usually surprised to learn about you?
Yes, I think they're surprised to learn that I grew up in the country and on, kind of a semi-farm, and that I'm a hard worker.
Okay. What is something you recently discovered that you're really excited about in your business or your personal life?
Yeah, one of the things, I have traveled around the world. I've done so many fun things, but I have been on a project mission over the last few months, and really kind of having fun just building. So I've been working with my hands, building, developing, creating, and I have found that I really like creativity projects.
Okay. Do you have a favorite quote?
Oh, I've got lots of favorite quotes. But there's so many great things. One of the things that just showed up yesterday that I'll use it because it's important is, and that's a quote, comparison creates value. So if you think about it, if you think about who we are or anything around us, nothing has value unless you compare it to something else. If you say, $100, is that good or bad? Well, compared to $1, it's great. Compared to $1 million, it's not so great. So our value proposition, right, is something that's so important. And it's important that we look at what we bring to the world differently than everybody else.
Okay, that's cool. Danny, I'd like to ask you, how is what you're currently doing helping you live your best life now?
Yeah, Brenda, thank you for asking. I got to say, as you know, I'm a people person and
Mhm.
I thrive on helping people take their ideas, formulate a model, turn that into a business plan, and personally and professionally grow to their full potential. I love it. I'm eating up with it. And literally, I did another coaching session yesterday, and it was literally, I left there feeling full, feeling appreciative, feeling seen, feeling heard, and feeling like I'm using my gifts and strengths and talents to help other people be the best that they can be. So that is really what drives me.
Thanks, Danny. Well, for those of you that watch, you know it's time for the tap in. Tap in is a method I created when I was sitting on the couch stuck in my mess. So each letter of the tap in gives you a step to take in order to live your best life now. And what is now? No opportunity wasted. So we're going to start with the T, Danny. The T is you're going to transform your mindset to understand that if you are a business owner or a coach that needs a coach, the coach's coach and his team is here to support you. Adjust your mindset to know there's help out there and he is here to give it to you. The next letter is A. You're going to announce to the world that you are ready to work with Danny and his team. You know what you're going to do about that? Then you're going to get accountability from them so that you can be a coach that can coach. You know, he said the difference between a consultant and a coach is consultants have the answer. Coaches ask better questions. So are you ready to do that? P, you're going to prepare. How do you prepare? It's real easy. You go to either his event that is happening in April or you go to his website. What does it say the website, Danny, for me?
Worldwidecoachinggroup.com.
Thank you. You go to the website or to that other site there, and you then sign up to get a consultation call so you can find out if you're a good fit for his team and for you, because preparation is key. And then number I today is no, not implement, it is imagine. I want you to imagine what your life would be, business and personal wise, if you aligned yourself with someone that has a holistic approach to the way you live your life today. And Danny has clearly stated that today on our show, that he is all about the total person. So imagine what your coaching business would be like if you got the proper certifications and training. And then finally, I want you to nurture that thought and remember that if you can conceive it, you can achieve it. Danny, I am so excited you came on the show today.
Thank you.
That you share your wisdom and your thoughts about the importance of each person having their potential brought out, because bringing out the best in others is what you do best. And I do appreciate you for bringing out the full potential in so many, and that you put qualified coaches out into our community. Is there anything you'd like to leave the audience with?
I'd just like to say thank you, Brenda, for having me. You're so lovely. Ever since we've met, I just love how heart and soul you are. I love that you are all about making the world a better place. And I'd like to say thank you for everyone who's on here today. If there's anything I can do to help, again, go to our website. On our website, there's a contact us button. If you want to reach out, I'm happy to jump on a call. Go check out some of the materials we have. If any of this helps you or somebody around you, we'd love to be able to expand that. So, Brenda, thanks again for having me today.
You're welcome. And for those of you that may have missed it, it is Worldwide Coaching Group, www.worldwidecoachinggroup.com. Go there to get your coaching needs met and do what you do best, because we want you to live your best life now, no opportunity wasted. And as always, remember, the choices you make today will be the reality you live tomorrow. So choose wisely and choose to check out Danny and his crew over there, Worldwide Coaching Group. Be blessed.